Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Schulz. Today's story is another Romanian fairy tale, or Romanian folktale in this case, from Romanian Fairy Tales and Legends. This is The Gentle Shepherd. On the edge of a mountain, lovely as the entrance to paradise, see coming along and descending toward the valley 3 flocks of young lambs, driven by 3 young shepherds. One is an inhabitant of the plains of Moldau, the other is Hungarian, the third is from the Vrantcha Mountain. The Hungarian and the Vranchian have held close counsel together, and have resolved that at sunset they will kill their companion, on account of his riches, for he owns more horned sheep than they do, his horses are better trained than theirs, and his dogs more vigorous. Yet for the past 3 days there is in his flock a fair young sheep, with white silky wool, who will no longer eat the tender grass of the prairie, and moans all day long. "My poor little sheep, you who are so fat and well, how is it that for 3 days you have done nothing but groan and moan? Don't you like the prairie grass, or are you ill, my dear little lamb?" "Oh, my beloved shepherd, lead thy flock to that thicket. There will be grass for us and shade for thee, master. Dear master, call near you without delay one of your best and strongest dogs, for the Hungarian and the Vranchian have resolved to kill you at sunset." "Dear little sheep of the mountains, if thou art a prophetess, if it is written that I am to die in the bosom of these pastures, thou wilt tell the Hungarian and the Vranchian to bury me near this spot, not far from this enclosure, so that I may always be near you, my beloved lambs, either here or behind the shepherd's hut, so that I may always hear the voice of my faithful dogs. Thou wilt tell them this, and thou wilt place at the foot of my grave a little flute of elm wood, with its accents of love, another of bone, with its harmonious sounds, another of reeds, with its passionate notes, and when the wind blows across their pipes bringing out plaintive music, then my flock will assemble around my tomb and weep for me tears of blood. Take care thou dost not tell them of my murder. Tell them I have married a beautiful queen, that at the moment of our union a star fell, that the sun and moon together held the crown over my head, that I exist no longer for them. But if ever thou meetest, if ever thou comest near a poor old mother running across the fields weeping and asking, 'Who amongst you has seen a young shepherd with face as fair as milk, with moustache yellow as ripe corn, with waist so slight that it might pass through a ring, with raven hair and eyes like mulberries?' then, my little sheep, take pity on her, and tell her that I have married a daughter of the king who lives at the entrance of paradise. But say nothing to her of the falling star." And here ends the fragment. And that is The Gentle Shepherd, as gathered by E.B. Marr in the Romanian Fairy Tales and Legends, and was captured in 1881. And in it we see sort of the fragment of a story, but it still comes and cuts quite close to the heart. The tale of 3 shepherds, one who is being turned on by the others and warned of his sheep, and instead of fleeing and or combating, he simply tells the sheep what to do if this is what his fate is. This is Dan Schulz for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can also follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere that you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And thank you so much for listening.